Where do you see the protests in sports going in the future? Because we got like the president out here calling players SOBs, Jerry Jones, like owner of the Cowboys, like suspending players for like doing all that. Like, do you see like what do you like see like for how like players can like handle that in the future?
It's going to be hard to manage, like it always has been, because you're going to have a group that um there's a group that the truth means more to them than anything, and they're willing to sacrifice that. Then there's a group that it's hard for them to let go of that mean green to take a position for everybody that could eventually help us in the future. You know, right now, I've always said this. Well, I've said this a while back, and I still hold to it. That once resistance becomes fashionable, it loses its force and its thrust. There's a political scientist named Richard Itten. He said that he cautions against viewing resistance as inherently revolutionary because once it becomes routine, it's easily anticipated by dominant authorities, and so therefore easily folded into their hegemonic understanding of things, which means what I get out of it is that when you see athletes now, they're allowing you to wear I can't breathe shirts. They're giving you stages to talk. That's controlled. That's like back in Malcolm's day when they said, y'all come on in, y'all protest, but y'all leave at this time. That ain't no real protest, right? You're controlling the protest, and you're allowing them to control it. So we got to be careful not to allow them to control, our resistance or make it fashionable. And so it's always that balance, trying to manage the two, and trying to get that other side on board to say, look, man, sometimes we got to make that sacrifice, that deep sacrifice, so that everybody wins. And one of the things I think can be done is people with, and even the people that don't have as much, create a fund specifically for when people come out and they take positions, like they don't feel like, man, well, if I take this position, how am I going to eat? Like baseball have great collective bargaining agreement. They come in, they almost always get what they want because they stick together. We, on the other hand, we don't do that because I can understand people's apprehension. They say, man, I've been overspending. If I stand, I ain't making the money you make. What am I gonna do? That's a legitimate. Everybody want to take care of their families. But when you have a fund, say, look, man, we put money into this thing.
There's always that back of that net right there. So
You stand up for something, we will. This thing, we can close shop. We can close up shop. We don't have to have we can be out 1 year, 2 years. They ain't gonna want that. America prides itself on, if they want you to come to the negotiating table, what are they gonna do? Whether it's Iran, whether it's Africa, they're gonna say economic boycott. Don't trade, don't do nothing. We don't do that. And Jürgen Habermas, we do what Jürgen Habermas said. This is a philosopher. He coined the phrase communicative action. We act through talking about it. Let's just talk about it. Sit at the table. Let's have a candlelight vigil. You know what I mean? No. Sometimes you got to say, no, man. I tell you what, you don't have no league without us. We're going to sit out. And if worse come to worse, we got so much money, we'll start our own league up. The most of us are out. The NBA is made up of mostly who? So we'll make our own. They don't want, not talking like that might get you, but those sacrifices are necessary. So we're trying to work with you, but don't try to tell us how to live and what we can stand up for and against. You're being a hypocrite because you'll say NBA cares. You have all of these social movements that you're giving money to. You're bringing athletes and putting them on platforms. The NBA does this, the NFL does this. Now, as long as it's something you're supporting, it's okay. When an athlete has a position he wants to talk about, and what Kaepernick talked about was the truth. It's not a lie. There's racial inequality. The world sees it. There's police brutality. The world sees it. It's been that way. You're going to convict him and condemn him because of something that's true, and we're going to allow that to take place and allow you to do that? We're soft. No, that should have never happened. So we gotta stop allowing. A lady once told me, she said, what you allow will continue. You keep allowing it, they'll keep doing it. And so, but these are true statements, right? He said something that was factual and truthful. I don't care what philosopher, what professor you go to, whatever prestigious university, it could be Dartmouth, it could be Yale, Princeton, they'll tell you, say,